Hey, what is up, everybody? Now, if you go in and you are being a proxy, let's just say the United States, Ukraine, and Russia for a weird example. When you are supporting a country and you're going in, crossing red lines, doing things that you're not supposed to do because they are your ally fighting one of your enemies, you cannot be upset when the other side does the same thing back. Equal. Not ramping it up, equal. And you have to expect them to ramp it up. Hey, what is up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Thanks for checking out this video. Support for the channel. Very awesome. Much appreciated. So there's been a lot going on. I'm not going to talk about any of that. I'm going to talk about my thing in my way, in my own mind, and hey, maybe you go along with it. Maybe you think I'm completely insane. Don't know. But there's been a lot going on. We got the riots that are going on. It seems like Trump actually made pretty good progress on that. We'll see how it turns out. That might get completely insane. But it seems like the riots cooled way down after he brought in National Guard and the Marines, but who knows? We'll see. Time will tell. And we have, the stuff going on with Russia, Ukraine still, and we got this new and improved war, Israel and Iran. And yeah, it's probably just getting flared up. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff really, except in a way, Iran and Israel. The rest of it's been so covered, over-covered. I don't have the knowledge and, stack of paperwork to sit here and go through and give you all the details and information, so I'm not even going to try. I'm just a dude out here in the Ozarks that likes to talk about stuff, and yeah, so that'll be what it is. It sucks to hear about the people that were shot. The person does need prosecuted, whatever his name is, that was impersonating a police officer going around with this assassin list and abortion clinics and stuff. And clearly it was a politically motivated thing. But anyway, I want to talk about Iran, Israel, and Russia. Because Russia is talking, at least right now, according to Fox News, I think it was. I forget what channel it was on, but it's time for Russia to get involved. Now, just like the comment I made in the opening part of this video, when you do something to somebody, you can't get mad when they do it back. It's just the way it is. If you are, I'm trying to think of a good example. I'm like, you have two cavalries coming together and one's throwing paper airplanes, and I don't know why that's stuck in my head, but they're throwing paper airplanes, and the other side is throwing rocks. The person throwing rocks can't get upset when they start throwing rocks. Now, if they start rolling boulders down a hill towards them, okay, that's a little excessive, but when they match it rock to rock, you can't get upset. The United States has been coming into Ukraine, helping Ukraine, for a very long time now, supplying them with everything that they need, from Abrams tanks to F-16s, probably F-22s, who knows. Air support, ground support. They're supporting them in defense with the Navy, with the ships that are out there. They're helping shoot down some of the missiles that Russia are launching into Ukraine. So we got the Air Force, Navy, and ground troops involved. Russia hasn't really done anything to the United States until now. They're wanting to get involved with Iran. Now, why are they wanting to get involved with Iran? Well, they have a military pact, they have a defense pact. Something that's recently happened. They knew World War III was coming, and they're planning accordingly. So whether they knew or not that somebody was going to go into Iran, I don't know. Now, Iran has been supplying drones for the Russia-Ukraine war since the beginning. The flying Doritos, that's all Iran. Iran has been attacking through Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, and all these other proxies, including ones that I don't even know the name of, with Iraq, different ones in Syria, and they're probably all around the Middle East that answer to Iran. So, yeah, there is a threat there. Russia's wanting to get involved. They're going to get involved by supporting Iran air, sea, and land. They're going to be sending long-range missiles. They might be sending nuclear weapons. They might be sending ballistic missiles. They might be sending, what are they up to, Su-35s or something, or I don't even know what their top Air Force aircraft is. It's a 35, a MiG-35 maybe. I don't even know. I don't know. You guys probably know. They're going to be sending Air Force support, air support. Now, are they going to be going in and literally launching missiles from their aircraft by their pilots? Not right now. The United States hasn't done it, supposedly. So they're probably not going to do it, but they are probably going to match what the United States has been doing in Ukraine to Russia doing in Iran. That is going to make a fairly difficult war quite difficult. I mean, it wasn't going to be easy going into Iran. If we did it, like I was saying, we're going to have to go in shock and awe style. They're going to have to go in and just wipe the map with Iran, just take them off the map. If they don't, it's going to be difficult. They're not really doing that. It should be basically over if that happened. So they're going to take their time. They're going to stretch this out. That is going to favor Russia. Russia is going to be able to get in. They're going to be able to start helping, getting some infrastructure in there, getting ammunition in there, guns, munitions, weapons, missiles, planes, tanks, and automobiles. They're doing this right now. With the backing of Russia, maybe a little bit of China. I'm sure North Korea is on the phone. They're wanting to get involved with it because right now, here's the thing. With Russia and Ukraine, we have kept enough distance to basically stay out of the war. There's always been the threat. We've been getting cyber attacks. We've been getting infrastructural sabotage and stuff going on in here. Train tracks were blowing up. You know, we had some stuff going on. Was it normal? Was it sabotage? Was it Russia? I don't know. But we stayed out of it. Now we have been on the posture of offense with Israel. Now we still kind of held back a little bit. We haven't gone in, but they've already talked about flying missions side by side with Israel. Americans, Israelis flying along, doing their business. That is going to directly put the United States into this war with Iran. I think we want it. Trump definitely wants it. Yeah, he can't wait to start dropping Moabs in Tehran. I have a feeling that's coming. But yeah, he can't wait to get involved with this. So we are going to be directly involved. That is going to be the major difference. So now Russia can get directly involved with this war as well. And this could fire everything off, because if we're going to be directly involved fighting against Russia that's directly involved, it's going to be very different than it has been in Ukraine. Ukraine's just been kind of hush hush, wink wink, you know, let me slide a little bit over your way and stuff like that. This is going to be different. Now, if Russia gets involved 100% with this, which I think they will, as well as North Korea, and I think China is going to sit on the sidelines and just inherit all the reward at the end of the game. But this is going to get bad. This is going to get a lot worse than people are thinking. And we are going to start having, we're going to feel it in the United States. This is going to be the inflection point where I think it's going to step over that line and we're going to start feeling it. We're going to have cyber attacks. I honestly, personally, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I think we are going to get terrorist attacks here in this country. It's like a 90% chance. And if I'm going to put my money on something, I'm betting on the 90, not the 10. It's it's a very high possibility that we can get these things. The infrastructure is here, the people are here, the weapons are here. They're just waiting on a phone call. I would think it might even be sooner than later, just to put a hurting on the U.S. The day that happens, the day that we can pin something to Iran, they might do a false flag. There's talks about this, that the United States is going to stage up a fake terrorist attack in the United States just so we can go in and whoop some ass and hopefully drop some nukes. Of course, we have to have justification for something like that, which makes absolutely no sense. when you're going in and killing anywhere from 5,000 to a million or 2 million people in a war, do you really care about the rules? You know, I mean, how many times has the United States been tagged for an arrest warrant on the president or an assassination on the president or accused of war crimes? It's war. You're going in doing the most violent, horrid thing of mankind, and you're expected to use your turn signal and come to a complete stop before proceeding through a stop sign? Really? You know, I think people are just going to be saying, F it, floor it, run the stop sign over, and throw some Molotov cocktails out the window while you're doing it. It's war. It's made to kill people. It's made to be very bad. And we have to follow rules. So I don't think Russia is going to be following the rules. I don't think the United States is going to be following the rules. So for Trump looking for that inflection point to be able to get involved by bombing the United States and possibly killing American people on Trump's watch by Trump's command, it's an extreme thing to do. But if you can pin it on Tehran, if you can pin it on the supreme leader, well, that could be what you need to get the rally behind the people of the United States, even if it is complete bullshit. So the people of the United States, I was looking at another angle of the collapse, the turning point, the New World Order, all these things I talk about, the big picture. I'm just going to keep it as the big picture because that really sums everything up. And if you want to see what I'm talking about with the big picture, I got lots of videos on it. Check them out. This could be it. This could be it. There's somebody, I forget who it is. Maybe I'll put it in, you know, down here. On who that was, but it was just a YouTube video that I was watching, not somebody I follow or subscribe to, just came across it. They were talking about it and I didn't save it or anything like that, but it was basically about false flags and how the United States is going to fake something to get into this war. I think they should just get into it and that's that. But this is going to be big. A lot of the people that talk about this changing world order and the fall of the empire of the United States, the rise of China, all this stuff, that this war is going to have the backing. We had World War II that had the backing of the people. Then we didn't have the backing with Iraq and stuff like that. They're saying that we're going to have backing of the United States and the support of the United States citizens behind this war. That will be good. That will get people into the military. That will get people building things to go kill Russians and Iranians. We need that. We need that. And I think that might have something to do with the open border policy and the immigration issues that we've had over the past 4 or 5 years. 4 years. We got labor now, which we really, really needed in this country. So, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. You know how I think on the open borders and stuff like that, that it actually could be a good thing for this country. I know. I'm that wacko F job out there that's actually saying something against the grain. But, yeah, that's the way I feel. I did a video on that, so I'm not going to get into it too much right now. But the threat is, the reality of this is, Russia and the United States are about to go into a regular war. It's not going to be so much proxy. We're kind of proxy with Israel right now, but it is going to go full bore, all hell breaking loose, military devastation around the world. This is all just World War III. We have all these conflicts, and this is all a big circle. Iran helped Russia. We helped Ukraine. Ukraine's going to be helping us with rare earth minerals and making deals. You know, of course, Trump wants to make a deal with the supreme leader or whoever's in charge of Iran. Good luck with that. But Iran started supplying weapons and drones to Russia to use. They are now in debt to Iran. Now this is coming full circle. Russia is going to be coming in to help in Iran to fight Israel and the United States. Now, I'm just kind of going back. If we get directly involved with a war with Iran, in a war with Iran, Russia is going to get directly involved in a war with Israel. Therefore, the United States and Russia are going to be at it head to head again, as well as Ukraine. So, yeah, this is a recipe for just a complete shitstorm to explode like an M80 got dropped in a porta potty. It ain't gonna be good. And yeah, has anybody ever seen that video of Britney Spears getting bungee corded in a porta potty up like 3 stories in the air and shaking around and stuff like that? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Somebody that prissy can just get completely covered in shit. I think it was on Jackass. Anyway, that was pretty funny. That just popped in my head. Of Britney Spears bungee cording with all this blue water flying out of the porta john. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to cut it off. Look out for shit to hit the fan, people. Look out for shit to hit the fan in the United States. Look out for shit to hit the fan in major cities with the protests. Look out for shit to hit the fan in the cyber world with cybersecurity, cyber attacks. Watch your bank accounts. If you have a lot of money sitting in one area, start breaking that out. Diverse it. Spread stuff out. Cover your own ass. Anybody that's got a couple $100,000 or a couple $1 million sitting in a trust fund or something like that knows that you got to cover your ass. So I don't need to explain anything to, people that have been making wealth. But cover your own ass. Watch yourself. Stay away from big crowds. Watch your 6 behind you. Keep situational awareness. Watch the news. Be unbiased with the news. Watch CNN. CNN's actually been pretty good. Watch NBC, ABC, Fox, News Nation, Newsy, YouTube. Try to diverse your knowledge as much as possible to understand what is actually going on, because it's going to be an average somewhere in the middle, because everybody's full of shit in this world, and they're going to tell you as much as they can to push an agenda that they might have. So take everything with a grain of feces. Watch your ass. Cover your ass. Take care of your family. Things have the potential to get a little rough on a personal level for Americans. So, as well as the possibility of mushroom clouds going up in the Middle East. And, well, would the world be a better place without the Middle East? I ain't gonna say nothing. So I will leave with that. Till next time, I will talk to you then. Peace.